everybody, and welcome back. My name's Helen Giles again, and yeah, it's Thursday, July 18th, 2019, and it's 12:27 here on the East Coast. We just had this massive eclipse, lunar eclipse in Capricorn 2 days ago. So if you've been feeling all the feels and your life feels upside down, go with it. Trust it. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be and everything is actually happening for your highest and best. The only way out is through. So trust the process. There's nothing you have to make happen. There's nothing you have to do, as they talked about, as the Pleiadians talked about in one of my last recordings. I was just talking with a friend actually about the metaphor of like rebirth and how in the birthing process the baby actually doesn't have to do anything, right? It's all the forces around and external to it that are shape shifting and morphing and pushing and pulling that are allowing the baby to be birthed. So in this metaphor, if you are the baby in somewhat of a rebirth process in your life, as we're all stepping into this new chapter, into this new phase of energy, as we come on the other side of this eclipse portal and kind of are still somewhat in this rebirth as we move in Mercury retrograde and for the next 6 months as things fall away from our lives and reopen and relaunch in new ways. If you're the baby in that metaphor, there's nothing you actually have to do. You can trust your higher self to guide you along. You can trust the forces in the universe that you will always be giving yourself exactly what you need for your highest growth. So that's my message for today. I am going to channel here and pull a card. So let's see what wants to come through for everyone's highest and best as we are now on the other side somewhat of this energy portal. But as energy, the portal is now open, but you can tap into this eclipse energy portal forever. Time is not real. It's not actually linear. So, the portal's open and you can tap into it now, in the future, just like this channeling. It applies always. So we're still tapping into it all. So let's see what message wants to come through for all of our highest and best. Interesting. 17, we got the fates. It came up reverse. So first, just tapping in my own self, where this pings in my own intuition is this sense of we are in this fated time, right? Eclipses are times of fate. They tend to bring around fated events in your life. So if that's what you're feeling, go with it. Trust the process and don't resist. We have a tendency, our minds like to think that it can control, that it knows how things are going, and it often doesn't. So that's where we're at. Let's see what the card says here. Fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The kind of reverse message is it is difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people. Fate is a mystery after all. Yet what we do with our circumstances, the way in which we respond to life's challenges, is how we rise up to greet our destiny. Now is one of those times to be aware of your powerlessness, to change certain situations and surrender to acceptance. Hang in there. Life will only get better. Act as if you believe that, for the only thing that you can control right now is your attitude. When you align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot change, serenity will come to you. I'm actually part of a camp. I'm going to a burn this weekend, so I'll be off for the next few days. But the camp I'm in is called Serenity Camp. So that last line, serenity will come to you, is really aligned in my own life. But as I said, don't resist, surrender to the process. Because we are all in process always, especially right now, the energies and all that. So know that you're not alone. And I'm going to tune in here and see what the Pleiadians have to say to us as well. Hello, all beings. We are here today in joy and love with you, spreading these messages of delight. This is Helen here. The fairies are totally braiding their energy in with this too. Yes, the fairies are here. Yes, the Pleiadians, the fairies are with us, as are all of your spirit beings, your spirit guides, your higher selves, all the beings that connect with you in your own life, both consciously and unconsciously. So tune in for yourself right now. Maybe close your eyes, feel your feet on the floor, take a deep breath in, and allow yourself to connect. What does connection feel like in your body? Where do you feel it? Do you feel it in your heart chakra? Perhaps up higher in your mind area? We tend to associate our connection, especially with spiritual beings of sorts, up here and often outside of ourselves. So where can you start to ask yourself where you connect inside of yourself? Where do you feel connection resonate inside your body, inside who you are? Because ultimately connection is connection with self, is connection with source, and source is who you are. It is connection with love, and love is who you are. So the more that you can connect from within to all that you are, the easier it will be to connect outside of yourself. Even the misnomer outside of yourself, because nothing is actually outside of yourself. We are all one. And yet, in this third dimensional reality in which you all live, the idea of outside of yourself, obviously, is how things get conceptualized in your world. So it becomes easier as you tap into your own self to connect with the other beings outside of yourself as well, knowing that they are just you as well. We are all one. So as you connect in yourself, you're connecting in with the selves of everybody else as well, and the source, love, radiance, energy of everyone else as well, because that is all the same. The essence, the core essence, the God self, source, universe, light, love of who you are is that same spark in every single other being, every plant, every animal, Mother Earth herself, us as star beings, your star family, all of it is the same energy and frequency. And that is that energy and frequency of love. So be in that space inside yourself. Stop searching for it somewhere else outside of you and allow the process to unfold as you connect in with yourself. That is what so much of the energy right now is doing. It is calling you home to yourself. Whenever things are in tumult in your life around you, it is calling you home to your center. Whenever things are shifting, whenever things are supposedly crashing around you, shifting, morphing, take that as a sign to come back home, to come back to your center, to come back to your source, love, radiance of who you are. Because the more that you can do that, the less impactful everything else around you will be, will seem, will feel. Because the problem when, how do we want to say this? The essence when things are falling around you, what happens is you've put your love and connection and source and belonging outside of yourself. You have made that part of who you are, and that has become your foundation instead of that God source spark within yourself. So as things crash, you crash. You are the one that is feeling the misidentity, the lack of grounding, the not knowing who you are, from the place of the identity and feeling outside of yourself. So come back home. Come back to your center. Come back to where you feel connected inside. What does connection feel like to you? As you tap into that, it won't matter if things shift around you. Sure, they'll shift. That's life. That is part of being a creator being in this world. Nothing stays the same. We are always expanding, and at your higher self level, that's what you want. That's what you crave. You crave expansion. Your higher self is a being of expansion and growth, because source and creation is an energy of growth and love and expansion. So that is the essence of who you are. Thus, in that energy, nothing stays the same ever. Even if you were to just sit in your room for days and days and days and days, things are shifting. Energy is shifting. All the malleable pieces and parts of you, seen and unseen, are shifting. So, be with it. Be with it all. Open to it all. Allow it all to unfold. Breathe. Come home. Come home to your center. Come home to love. Come home to that connection, feeling place within yourself. We so love you. We are with you. We are connected to you, for we are you. And we engage you now in this process in order to help open you up to the next level of connection in yourselves and on your planet, because that is what you are all doing. The more you connect to love, the more you connect to yourself, the more connection there is and oneness around all of you in the greater collective, in your lives that will be mirrored to you in your external reality as well. And the more connection you will have to the spiritual realms, to your intuition, to your deeper inner knowing, to your higher selves, the more your higher selves will be made manifest through that connection place of love. We send you so much love. We connect with you in love. We are love just as you are love. Our deepest blessings to you all. Hi, Helen again. I love you all as well. That's the message for today. I hope it resonates. Feel into your body during this time. Stay hydrated. Allow the energy to move through you. Whenever the Pleiadians connect, or any spiritual beings connect, in general, energy moving in our lives in this universe, there is a lot of energy moving. There's a lot of change happening, a lot of shifting externally, but as they mentioned, internally. It's all about the internal space. So drink lots of water, rest, allow those internal processes to happen. So much love to you all. Bye.